Hello there, Pedro. Am I in Mexico? No. The signage up there says south of the border, but I'm not in Mexico, but I am south of the North Carolina border. Good afternoon, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. Hitchhiking Yeti here. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today is going to be a fun little adventure. I've been meaning to stop by here at south of the border. My last passes through over the past few months, I've been through here about 3 times. But unfortunately, with time constraints in my schedule, I could not stop. But today I have a little time. We're going to walk around this area. I'm going to share some of my memories and stories from the late 90s, early 2000s when I used to come through here with some of my buddies on our way to Myrtle Beach. We never really stopped, but man, was they a passel of people here. So we're going to kind of get into that today, talk about a little bit of the history, how this place started, and just look at some cool roadside attractions, maybe even go into a couple stores. Did you know that they have a store across the street right here? The name of it is Pedro's Myrtle Beach Shop. But guess what? Myrtle Beach is still quite a few miles from here. So we're going to go in there and check it out. I think they used to have a really large, like fake Jaws shark in the back of the store. Don't know if that's still there or not. But anywho, we're going to go inside and check all this stuff out and get into it today and have some fun and just check out this really cool roadside attraction here in South Carolina, right off Interstate 95. If you're ready, I'm ready, my friends. Let's begin. All right, so I figure we'd just start right here where I'm located right now. This here is a little restaurant they have here at south of the border called Burrito Loco Mexican street food. And then they got all their stuff like quesadillas, burritos, tacos. They got ice cold beer here. And they also have a fake cactus or cacti right here on the corner of their restaurant. And here at south of the border, this is the famous weenie dog. He's a red weenie. He's like a Martinsville dog. You ever been to Martinsville Motor Speedway and had a hot dog? That's what that reminds me of. It's about the same red. It's kind of ironic. He's just standing right next to a big old juicy hamburger. A weenie dog is. And right here is Fort Pedro. This is their fireworks store. Got a pretty fancy sign out here. Fort Pedro does. You got some places, some photo opportunities sitting out here. This like jackalope rabbit looking thing, this is like an old folk tale from the Midwest, especially if you go out to maybe Colorado, Kansas, Montana, South Dakota, North Dakota. You will see this right here in a lot of stores. I only remember that because my mom and dad took me to Wyoming one time to Yellowstone National Park when I was a kid, and that was something that they tried to play with me a little bit on that. They were trying to make me think it was real. Even my own family, my parents, they was kind of gooching me along toward that theory, but it was really all fake. So, but I wanted to walk out here to the road just to let you know, back in the day, me and my buddies, when we would come out here, we would be driving to Myrtle Beach in this direction because I-95 is right here behind us. The traffic was amazing. I mean, when I say amazing, it was horrible because it was wall-to-wall traffic all the way down through there. This place was glowing at night. And every time we drove, we would come like after work, and we worked late. We would work like second shift back then, so we'd get off at like 11. And by the time we came down here in the south of the border area on the way to Myrtle, it would be close to midnight. And this place was slam packed, man. There was cars everywhere. All these neon light signs were glowing. The tower up there, I mean, everything was lit up. It looked like you was in a little miniature Las Vegas. That's what we used to joke and talk about, just how much lights there were and how many people. Matter of fact, the bridge, the pedestrian walkway right down here, it crosses the street. Man, that thing was full. There was just people everywhere. And that is my latest memories from way back in the day of this place. And I really kind of lost touch with it because as some of them, moved away and we stopped going to Myrtle Beach, because I only went with them because I was at Carolina Beach. My family always went to Carolina Beach, so we never really drove through here all that much. When those guys moved off, and I kind of lost touch with this place, but over the last few years, especially during my YouTube channel, I like showing interesting places, and this place is definitely ranks as one of the more interesting roadside attraction little communities that you can find around. here on the East Coast anyway. So one thing that's really cool about this place, when you're traveling, you come here, if you stop here at this Sunoco gas station right here, Pedro's Pantry, they actually have this old spark plug right here. And this thing has been here for years. And a lot of people comes by here and they put their stickers and all kinds of stuff here. You can even buy stickers here at South of the Border. And sometimes when you come by here, you'll see south of the border stickers also like positioned on this big old spark plug. But man, there's a lot of people. Look at all this stuff. Right there's one of the South of the Border stickers. You can get fairly cheap right there, but you can get all different kind of sizes and you'll see them plastered on here. I gotta say this, last time I was here, there was a lot more stickers on here. It was like maybe somebody at some point in time came over here and kind of cleaned them off because there was like no room. You couldn't even hardly see black last time I was here because all the stickers were just kind of, you know, stuck on top of each other. So as you can see, we was right over there at that spark plug. Now I've kind of made my way along the Pedro Gas Station here, is they have an area here where you can spray down your car. Got a little manual car wash, not an automated car wash. But I think a lot of people like to stop here because of this. They have restrooms here. They got public restrooms. They do have an attendant inside who actually keeps the restroom somewhat clean. And you know, he's got a little tip jar in there. I don't know about the ladies' side, but I do know the men's side has the attendant. As you can see, it's pretty desolate here. I mean, this is on a Saturday, like midday, a lot of parking. This place didn't used to be like this. It used to be hard to find parking back in the day. Check out this Pedro right here. That is pretty epic looking. That is so cool. I love the theming of this place. And he is standing right here at next to the signage for the public restrooms to get your attention, I'm sure. Because if you drive into the parking lot and you see that, you have to look, right? And then right there is a sign for the public restrooms. All right, as we look off across the way here, you can see Interstate 95, which is a very busy interstate that travels up and down the eastern seaboard. And I can just imagine driving down through here at night, seeing these big old neon lettering all lit up. What a great way to get people's attention. But back in the day in 1949, this guy by the name of Mr. Alan Schaefer actually built a simple 18 by 36 foot beer stand, and he called it South of the Border Beer Depot. And because it had joined North Carolina, the counties in North Carolina were dry counties. So a few years later, he started noticing his business was really starting to boom. And then he added a 10-seat grill was added to his business, and it was renamed at that time South of the Border Drive-In. So Mr. Schaefer's Beer Depot stand was doing so well, in 1954, he decided to go ahead and open up a motel with 20 rooms to rent. And that went so well, then he ended up adding a cocktail lounge, a gas station, a souvenir shop, and then he went big time in 1962, and he started selling fireworks, which was, once again, North Carolina, you was not allowed to sell fireworks. South Carolina, you could sell fireworks. And so one more little bit of information, in 1964, after all that, they announced that I-95 would pass right by south of the border, and the facility would be next to 2 exits within view of the highway. By the mid-1960s, south of the border had expanded to include a barbershop, drugstore, a variety store, and a post office, and an outdoor go-kart racetrack, complete with other outdoor recreational facilities. And I can definitely tell you, as you drive down Interstate 95, you will see this tower right here. This is the Sombrero Tower. This to me is kind of the centerpiece of south of the border, but unfortunately for yours truly, I have never been up in that said tower, mainly because most of the time when I come here, it's always broke down or it's always a maintenance issue or something. So I've never got to go up in there. Unfortunately for me today, or fortunately in a way, one thing I can say, they say it's open. It actually works. But due to the higher winds today, they're not allowing anybody to go up in there. So wind is also something that can keep you from traveling up to the top of the Sombrero Tower. Kind of a bummer, but she did say if you're here later on and the wind dies down, we will definitely open it up to where you can go to the top. So I don't know if I have that much time to hang out here today because I got other things to do. I'm actually traveling back to Carolina Beach area today. But anywho, if you are in the area, always check with them just to see if it's open. That's all I can tell you. I hope you have better luck than I did because I never get to go up in it. All right, and right here is Pedro's Mexican shop. They have all kinds of things in here. Hats around the world is a thing in here. They have a lot of hats, all kinds of trinkets and stuff in there. Let's walk inside real quick and just briefly just give you a little pan around, show you some of the stuff they have, and then we're going to move on across the road. Check this out right here. It's the Five Amigos. Not three amigos, but five amigos. Welcome you in to the shop. And they definitely embrace Day of the Dead here. Look at that. These things are tall. That is pretty freaking cool. They're probably like 10 feet tall. Very beachy looking. This store has a tremendous amount of floor space. They have so many items in here. Very Mexican theme. But it is a huge place. And there's all kinds of nooks and crannies and stuff you can find. Tables. I know back in the day, I used to always say, hey man, I want a lava lamp. But here they have something called a liquid lamp. So they have a lot of items here with the South of the Border logo on it and branding. But right over here is one of the coolest things you can buy here. You can get generic toilet tissue for certain types of people, that is. Here's a really cool looking South of the Border t-shirt. That's pretty awesome. And it can be yours for $18.95. Not too bad. Now this shirt right here takes the cake for me. I really like that. That is awesome. And if you're a fan of Elvis, they definitely have you taken care of. Look at these little, I guess this is pajamas. Elvis. Yeah, right there. That's him, Jailhouse Rock. And this right here is their hat collection. Check out all these cool hats. We got some sombrero hats here. Look at these spooky hats. Look at that. That is pretty awesome. They also have hats here with flamingos on them. These are bamboo hats, but I consider this, me being a Mortal Kombat fan, this is a Lord Raiden hat. All right, that's enough of the hat business. Now we've made our way back outside, and I'm on the back side of the shop now, and this is known as Mexico Shop West. And the reason I'm showing you that is because right here on the back side of the Mexico Shop West, this is how we're going to safely travel across the road to the other side, because this is like a 4-lane road down through there. So it can be kind of dangerous to cross on foot. So they actually have this ramp, this little bridge, and it takes us across a pedestrian bridge that takes us across to the other side, where we can go over there and check out the motel and some of the other shops. All right, I have made my way up this walkway a piece, and I just wanted to pan over real quickly and just show you this place here. This is called Reptile Lagoon. If you pay, you got to pay to go through, but they actually have like alligators and different reptiles and things like that in this building that you can go and kind of venture to go see. So it's kind of cool. And we look a little bit further down the road here. If I can zoom in on that sign a little bit right there, it's called Pedro Land Park. I don't know how operational that still is. They used to have some rides and stuff over there, but I've not seen much movement over there in recent years, really. And then right across the road from that, they got something that's called Pedros Truck Stop. And then if we pan just a little bit further, you'll see a swimming pool right here, and that belongs to the motel here in town. And we're about to go over there and check that out right now. But first, we have to make our way across the highway via this bridge. And just to be honest with you, as you walk across this bridge, some things never change. I don't know if it's just me, but it always feels like it has a little movement to it. Not much, but just enough for me to notice. It definitely gets my attention. All right, I safely made it to the other side of the highway here. And this is a good bird's eye view of the South of the Border Motel. You can see the swimming pool over there, but as you see, not a lot of people are staying here. I mean, if you didn't know any better, I would think this is abandoned, even though somebody just threw a trash bag out. So somebody must have stayed there or cleaning a room out, but you don't see any vehicles much at all here. I mean, just look at that down through there. You see some cleaning people, but you don't see much of anything else going on. Check out this cool sign right here as we exit the walkway here. It says Pedro's Pleasure Dome. You're here. So are they referring to this motel right here? Is this the Pleasure Dome? I do see the dome on the top of the roof up there. Are they saying this is where you come for pleasure? Hey, they said it, I didn't. But it wouldn't surprise me. But the actual name of the motel here is called South of the Border Motor Inn. And they have some flamingos, oversized flamingos out here, out front for decoration. This must be where they have their valet parking. Look at that crazy looking fixture right up above there. Ain't that wild looking? The bulbs on it, some of them are missing though, but got a little fountain over here to the right. Ooh, that's very echoey. Oh, okay, I'm getting it. So this Pleasure Dome area, if that's, I don't know if that's what that was insinuating or really meant, but they got an indoor pool. When we was on the top of the bridgeway, the walkway, the pedestrian bridge, we could see an outdoor pool. So they got both indoor and outdoor pool here at the Motor Inn. Yeah. Man, you gotta admit it, man. The Motor Inn is big time here in South of the Border. That's fancy. All right, as you can see, the SOB water tower is right behind us there. And that don't mean son of a beep. That means South of the Border, just to clarify. But right here is my favorite Mexico shop here in South of the Border, just because of the sign. Check the sign out there. I think that is so cool. That just looks awesome. All right, I took a moment to walk around that Mexico shop we was just looking at, and to be honest with you, it has a lot of the same stuff that the other shop across the street had. So for now, we're going to go next door to Pedro's Myrtle Beach shop. That's right. And that is this location right here. As you can see up here, it says Pedro's Myrtle Beach shop. And the signage actually it can be illuminated at night. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but it has some signage here that says, come in and see the great white shark. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So the Myrtle Beach shop is definitely a little bit different. They have more bathing suits and stuff like that in here. It's more of a beach vibe to this one. So if you're here, I would definitely go to one of the other two Mexican shops first and then come in here, because this is definitely a different vibe. It is very much a beach shop. It ain't just a third shop or a recreation with a different name or title. And as you can see right here is the big great white shark that they have here on display. It says the story of the great white shark. This magnificent creature was captured off the coast of Barbados on April 10th, 1995. It was preserved by Gray Taxidermy Incorporated of Pompano Beach, Florida. At 27 feet in length, it is one of only 3 of this size ever captured. Please do not touch or handle in any way. And that is the mouth of this Jaws-like creature. Look at that thing. Wow. Look at that. Look at those teeth, my hand. Holy smokes. That is insane. And there's a look at the big great white shark. What a good way to get people to come inside. I mean, they really dedicated their whole sign to this shark. Man, that flag up there is whipping. Don't look like we're going to be going up in no tower today, that's for sure. Just thought I would pan here to the right of the Myrtle Beach shop and show you this sign right back here in the back. This actually is, it says the campground office. So they even have camping right here behind the fireworks shop and the Myrtle Beach shop. If you're into camping, they actually offer it here. All right, right next to Pedro's Myrtle Beach shop is Pedro's Pantry. It's where you can buy baked goods, fireworks, ice milk, camping supplies, drinks. And I don't know if you can see, but there's actually signage here. It's illuminated right now. It says cigarettes by the carton. Yeah. Don't smoke, kids. Don't smoke. And right here is the Sunoco gas. You can fill up your tank. Thought I'd come over here and just check out this alligator. He's actually got like an M80 in his hand. He's celebrating, man. He's happy. Yeah. All right, my friends. That will pretty much do it for me today. Hope you enjoyed today's video. A little return to South of the Border. I've not done a video here in quite some time. Like coming by here every now and then just to see if anything's changed, and not really a whole lot's changed much. I do think it's cool that the tower's open for business now, but unfortunately, the wind today is keeping me grounded. So that might be another journey back in the future, because I really want to go to the top of that tower and get some video footage of that, because who knows, one of these days, an old place like this might not be around no more. Things shut down all the time, especially when business is not great. And even though there is some cars here, it's not a lot. It's not a lot. You'll find parking, no problem. All right, thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, please go ahead and think about subscribing. If you loved travel vlogs, doing little beach stuff, a few theme parks here and there, just whatever we can get into here in the Carolinas. Sometimes we travel down to Florida. Sometimes we go international, just come back from Germany about a month and a half ago now. Just never know. I try to keep it, change it up. I upload on Fridays and Mondays, and sometimes when I have time, I put a video up on Wednesdays. So until next time, friends, I'm the Hitchhiking Yeti, and I will see you in my next adventure. Y'all stay safe out there, and I hope to see you around. Hitchhiking Yeti, I'm out of here. So long, Sombrero Tower. Maybe next time. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if this is meant to be or not.